Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Greenfield's Finest Podcast. I'm your host, Michael Z. Bird Zidell. With me, as always, the boys are in the building. We got my main man, Angry John Rosado.
What's up?
Filling in for Dr. Schulz today. We got the producer, JD.
What's up, everybody?
This new
What's going
shit.
Yeah.
And then my co-host, my main man, Moneyline Welch. What up, Moneyline?
What's going on?
Nothing. Just let everyone know, if you're watching us on YouTube or streaming this, whatever, we're very close to 2,000 YouTube subscribers, so we're really trying to push that to get to 2,000. Don't forget to tell your friends about the podcast, share it, things like that. Also, don't forget to sign up for our Patreon. We're like lingering right around the same numbers. We did add the Z-Bird Sunday Rant. We're going to be posting more content on there, and there's going to be exclusive stuff that's only going to be seen on Patreon. So if you want to help support the podcast, we have been getting some new equipment and stuff, please sign up for our Patreon.
Should we wish Sciulli happy anniversary?
Well, let's get into this. We'll decide if we should wish it to him after this. Is a 14-year anniversary a good excuse to miss a podcast?
I don't think so.
No.
I haven't been
that's a
married
weird
14
amount of years.
14 years is garbage
It's
to
kinda
me. It
old by
means
then,
nothing.
right?
It's throwaway.
It's 7 times 2.
On a Tuesday?
I wish we had Sciulli's soundbite of his gear grinder from 2 weeks ago. Sure didn't seem like he cared that much about the anniversary that day.
No, and like every time he talks, like, you know, he's laying in the Rosa, and like now it's like, oh, I can't miss. I love my wife so much, and you know, it's Tuesday night. You know, we're getting momentum here. We got steam, and he's just you know, no call, no show.
All I'm saying
Last
is
minute.
nothing wrong with a 9:15 reservation.
Right?
Yeah. It's a little special.
What? Anybody know what he had planned?
I can imagine he's at Red Lobster. Right?
Yeah.
I can almost
Is it
guarantee
Lobster
it.
Fest?
They had a deal going, according to Waterboy. He sent me a text saying to tell Sciulli about the 420 all-you-can-eat shrimp special that ran up till the end of.
All you could eat shrimp.
Yeah, I never ate shrimp in my life, but it was all-you-can-eat shrimp for $20 on 420, and then it went up to $25 for the remainder of the month.
I like shrimp. I don't need all you could eat shrimp.
No, I don't need. I'm not a big all-you-can-eat anything.
Nah.
Do you guys like the cold shrimp?
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
shrimp. I like shrimp cocktail. Yeah.
I like cocktail sauce more than I like shrimp.
Would you ever put a little horseradish in
Oh,
there?
yeah. There's this place called St. Elmo's in Indianapolis. It is like the weirdest. They're famous for their shrimp cocktail. It's like 3 giant pieces of shrimp in like a fucking bowl of this cocktail sauce. And it's like so much horse. It's like so spicy.
Where it
and you're
hurts.
Like, where it hurts.
I like that.
But
I
then
like
you're like,
that.
oh man, I want that again.
Yeah,
You
it's
know?
weird.
You know, it's very.
You're
and
like eyes are watering. It
clears out your
running.
throat.
Yeah.
And then like I haven't been to this place. I only been there once. It was probably like 3 or 4 years ago. I still think about like that cocktail sauce.
I don't know why you go back after that pain.
No, it's like really. I mean, me and Deese like both like ate it, and like it takes your breath away a little bit, and then we're like, this is fire.
There's some spicy mustard like that.
Yeah.
That were like you like eat. Like I had this pretzel. I think from like the Philly Pretzel Factory.
Yep.
And there's this like crazy hot mustard, dude.
I wonder
and
what
like,
that is.
My sisters will be looking at me like I'm looking like I'm crying. I'm like, are you gonna keep eating that? I'm like, I am.
See, like when it comes to hot wings and stuff like that, and people are eating it and like crying, I really don't understand
It's a
that.
different feel.
It is different feel.
I like that jalapeno mustard. Did you ever have the jalapeno mustard?
From where?
The stuff they sell at Giant Eagle. It's in a bottle, and it just has a little jalapeno on it. It says jalapeno mustard. Very generic. It's super fire.
Is it?
Super fire.
What are you putting on there?
You can put anything. The only thing I use it for is whenever I'm having like lunch meat. So it would have to be like ham. It goes good with ham, and that's about. I think about it, that's about it. I tried it on a steak. I actually tried it on a steak hoagie. It didn't go.
No.
That'd be good. Well, that
no,
might
no.
be another pretzel dip.
Yeah, it's a pretzel
Yeah.
dip for sure.
Yeah, that would have been good with some pretzel nuggets.
Yeah, and like you know, Sciulli called off very late too. Like, he knew it was
Right.
his
To
anniversary.
be honest, the only reason I knew it was his anniversary because he like told me that.
Well, yeah. How the fuck were you supposed to know anybody's anniversary?
Right.
It's hard enough to remember your own anniversary.
No, I'm not a big like wishy anniversary guy either. People like will hit me up. I'm like,
Yeah.
what do you care?
What do you like? Literally, what do you care?
That's
Yeah.
kind of weird.
You don't care.
Or if they put it, like usually if someone will post it on social media, today we're celebrating 14 years of marriage, and everyone writes happy
Yeah.
anniversary because it's already there.
Just a heart,
Yeah.
a like. That's it.
Good for you.
14 years. That's a long time, man. Sciulli's wedding was 14 years ago. We're getting old, Johnny.
You got it.
Shit, it feels like it was yesterday.
It really does.
In the mood of Sciulli's 14th anniversary, Jack, you have to tell the cookie story from Sciulli's wedding.
Sciulli's wedding where I almost died. I had this. Remember the swine flu?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I definitely had the swine flu. But I woke up that morning, felt like shit. But like it was one of those ones like, I could probably fight through this. I went and got like that real expensive like Mucinex.
Yeah.
You know, like the
$40
$40 Mucinex,
one,
like where it just like. So I like drank like half that because like you kind of have to go to somebody's wedding. You know what I mean? It's a day of. You can't really
RSVP's in. You
the
already owe him a gift.
the steak's there. You know what I mean? So like I'm like, all right, I'll go. I felt like decent. I was like, nothing a few brews ain't gonna fix. Terrible. But that being said, I made it through dinner. So at dinner, they sit us at a table. It's me, a couple of our friends, your mom, a couple of your sisters, brother-in-law, Frank, and Frank's girlfriend at the time.
That's our friend's dad.
It's our
Frank.
friend's dad. So our friend's dad's girlfriend decides to go to the cookie table before they even took like the saran wrap off the cookies.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They're still wrapped up. It's very early in the wedding. We didn't even get a salad yet. She's asking the help, you know, the servers for to-go boxes. The to-go boxes aren't even out for the cookies yet.
Unbelievable.
She goes up, unwraps the saran wrap, loads like 3 boxes. Like, I got us cookies, Frank. And Frank is like, Jesus Christ, dude. So when Frank goes to sit down, there was a chair next to her. He opted out of that and sat next to me. So it was Frank, me, his lady.
You were in the middle.
I was in the middle, yeah, because Frank had enough. So we're sitting there, and she was like, "Hey, Frank, do you want half my steak?" And he's like, "No, I'm good. Like, eat your steak." She's like, "Well, I don't." And she like whispered it, like, "Well, I really don't want to look like a pig." And he looks at me with the biggest smile ever on his face. He's like, "Well, it's a little late for that, ain't it?"
And everyone at the
when
table.
yeah, your mom hears.
My mom came and told me the story immediately.
Yeah, dude, I spit my drink out. You know what I mean, it was so fucking funny. It was unbelievable. And then like right after dinner, I had to go sleep in DC's car for like the rest of the night because I was so sick. It was insane. The swine flu took over.
But that was one of the. I was at that table, and that was one of the best live wedding moments of all.
Dude.
Frank's one-liner just.
It was the best one-liner I ever heard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, she outperformed herself, I'd say, at I think it was Dino's kid's first birthday party.
That was ruthless.
When she like came, there was like Nana made these meatballs, and there was other meatballs.
There was Nana meatballs and there was Costco meatballs.
Yeah.
Yeah. So me and Jack were like, dude, I think there's a few left for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we're working her through. And then her name was Joanna, not to be confused with Johanna, my wife. Joanna comes in like, "Excuse me, guys, I just need to grab something real quick," and comes and swipes like
Cuts in line.
Cuts the line
right before it was like probably me and Jack.
Mind you, after she already went through, she had a plate already.
Yeah, this is play number 2.
Yeah.
Like, dude, she comes through and's like, "Excuse me," just cuts in between us and takes wipes them out, the last of the meatballs, and bails.
And like looked at us like.
Yeah.
She saw us looking at the meatballs. It's not every day you get a chance to get Mrs. Donardo's meatballs.
And
You know
Mrs.
what I mean?
Donardo, let's be honest, if she could pick who had her meatball, she would have been last on the fucking list.
Last on the list.
Dude, me
Yeah.
and Jack just looked at each other like, did that just happen? I'm like, I guess, yeah. Like,
And now we're stuck with Costco meatballs.
That was great, though.
Yeah.
oh, man.
That was unbelievable, the meatballs. What, dude, the Buccos, they win in the World Series?
Dude, I'll tell you what, I'd like to see this run at least last for like, give me something. It's entertaining, dude. I love it.
They
dragged me back in real quick.
Oh, I'm on.
Yeah.
I watched more baseball this weekend than I have in the past, I don't know.
15 years.
15, yeah, the last time they were decent. So what was that, 10 years ago?
Yeah, like I was watching that was.
I watched 2 games this weekend.
That was when Kutch was still here.
Yeah, right.
So he was been gone for.
I like
maybe 8
turned it
years.
on. Let me check the Buccos out. Let me see what this pitch clock like makes a difference. It does. It's great.
Dude, I turned on the other game, and the Reds started to come back, and then the dude shut them down, and then they closed out the game. I'm like yelling in the living room.
Get wound up.
Like, what's going on? I'm like, Buck, raise it.
Yeah,
Buck,
raise.
Buck fever.
So there's
Mother Bucker.
there is a lady in Greenfield, a very nice lady. my mom's friend. She's such a Bucco fan. So my brother used to work in Greenfield at the firehouse, and she lived like somewhere around there where firemen sit outside all day. Every time the Buccos win, she goes out to her porch, has a Bucco flag, and she raises the Jolly Roger.
I like it.
Every time. So I can't imagine how pumped she is right now. She's raising that thing every night.
16 times.
Dude, they signed Brian Reynolds. Some
over
said
100.
he took way less money than like.
He only took 109?
He's 109 over like 8 years. He's getting like 13 per year.
Yeah, that's a friendly deal.
Yeah.
Some people thought he could probably get 20. I don't know what the hell happened.
They said
we'll take
Mark
it.
Madden.
Mark Madden said he's using Lamar Jackson's mom as his agent, which is a killer line. But
Madden tweeted something about the Buccos, like this Bucco runs like amazing or something like that. Man, did people jump down his throat?
Well,
Dude, shitting on the Pirates, rightfully so. The Pirates deserve to be shit on.
Right, so did
Yeah,
everybody. Now
yeah.
they're winning. I mean, dude, they're not out of the woods yet. They got the Dodgers.
They got Nationals.
they got good teams upcoming. So
Yeah.
like they're like in 2 weeks,
We'll see.
we'll enjoy this for now.
Yeah.
But
At least when they
being-
get to the warm weather, I could I love turning on a bucket. I'll even turn on the radio in the car or something.
I mean, when's the last time have they been in first place in the division this far into the year? And John, you said this is the best start they've had since what, 1960s? What?
I'm not sure. I'm not even sure which year.
It was in the
Yeah, I
60s.
don't
That
know.
long ago.
Yeah.
Wow.
I don't know. It's fun. I'm on the bandwagon. I'm here.
Yeah, a bunch of young players, like you said, especially after they lost they're like star
Oh,
Right.
shortstop.
yeah.
You're like, yeah, but sometimes weird shit happens like that, and then everybody
Next
just
man
picks it
up.
up. Yeah.
Next man up.
Dudes, it's almost like a prove it factor. Like, dude, like maybe like they were thinking, like their mentality was, everyone thought O'Neal Cruz, we wouldn't do shit without him. Let's go, and then they just grouped
Right,
together.
Koch is definitely like I underrated him coming back, just him as a locker room guy. But dude, he's
He's
in
playing.
pretty good shape right now,
Yeah.
playing his
Yeah.
ass off.
Yeah.
stealing bases and
Did
shit.
you see that 30-year-old minor leaguer, 33-year-old minor league, Drew Maggie, played over 1,000 games in the minors? He got called up.
Yeah,
Did they send him back down yet? I think they said he's probably going back down
he's
today.
probably going back down. I don't think he got a sniff of the field.
He
but-
didn't get. It was that close game against the Reds, so they
Yeah.
couldn't get him in.
Yeah.
His whole family flew across the country and shit. But I mean, it was like he had a 1-run lead. They couldn't build a fucking
Right.
Can't put a guy off the.
That's a long
Just throw
time
him
to
in
hang
there.
in there.
That's an awesome.
long-
For the
long
minors,
time.
they don't even making any money.
No, your family got to be rich, right?
Yeah, I'd say so.
Has
Or you
to.
you can't have like I'd say a wife and a kid.
No,
Unless you have a wife and a
definitely
kid who's working, like a wife that's working.
Yeah, you got a doctor wife or something like
yeah,
that.
that'd be nice.
He got a major league jersey though.
Yeah, I'd be playing minor league, so I'm 40.
Wonder how that. Do you get a bump for going up? You have pay wise. You have to, right?
Maybe for a day. I don't know.
I don't know how that works. Ketchup bottle going back in down Heinz Field. Just one bottle?
That's all I seen was the one bottle.
Oh, dude, I need the red zone.
I need two.
Flood that motherfucker, dude. The Heinz red
Is it
zone.
going inside the stadium? It's gonna be outside the stadium, right?
I don't know.
It's outside.
It's outside.
No, that's
Oh,
stupid, dude.
Yeah.
It's a 35-footer.
I think
It-
it's definitely one of the ones that we
We were
we
talking
could
about
steal.
the great.
Oh,
the great.
yeah.
The
It was
great
on a
theft.
flatbed. Yeah,
That was in our sights.
it was.
Yeah, we knew in the guy on the inside on that.
Man, I love the Heinz red zone.
Yeah, I mean,
It's hard not to.
I guess for all that money, they just had to let it go, dude. I don't know. What's it? There's nothing there now, right?
Yeah, they weren't selling more ketchup because of Heinz Field. You know what I
Right.
mean? They're selling enough ketchup.
Right.
They definitely got the monopoly on the ketchup market. Like, I'm never more disappointed than when I go to a fast food chain or like anywhere and they don't have Heinz
Right.
ketchup.
You really don't have to advertise too much to talk people into that.
No, yeah, you don't need to name the stadium.
They're not going to sell less ketchup.
Nope.
Hans is taking over.
Yeah, fuck Heinz.
Oh, gross.
Did you guys watch that Tank Davis Ryan Garcia fight?
I did watch. I watched the live stream, but it was like kind of fucked up because like YouTube kept fucking with it. But I got to see a lot of it.
Yeah, I kind of did the same thing. I was gonna buy it, and I'm like, $85, dude.
That's crazy.
That's what fucking pay-per-view costs these days. That's crazy.
With a premium channel, that's the fucking crazy part. Like,
You think a show? I have Showtime. Give it to me for like $50 or something.
if it would have been $40, I probably would have ordered it. But it was like there was no way I had to sign up for like DAZN or something else, and then like I had to sign like a 6-month deal, and then I could order the fight. Like, wait a minute, I don't get the fight if I ordered DAZN. A lot of people signed up for DAZN, which is like it's mainly, I think it's all boxing, and like to see this fight because it made it seem like you could watch the fight, and then when it got to that fight, it blacked out.
Right.
Jeez.
That's what that's how ESPN Plus got me when everybody came over to my house for that McGregor fight.
Yeah.
I signed up for ESPN
Still playing
Plus.
on that.
Dude, I just get a fucking random notice on my fucking Amex every year for $130 or whatever it is. I'm
That's
like,
what
fuck.
they bang every year.
But then I'm like, all right, I got to cancel this. And then it's right around like Masters time, and they have all this extra cover around Masters time, and then I forget about it.
That's
and then,
$130.
I thought it was a good fight. Obviously, that dude got way too eager, too fast in that second round.
liver punch, man.
And he will. And I seen in your thing, like he knew something. He knew where to attack
there was
that dude.
There was some controversy.
Well, they said, Garcia said he had a mole in his camp.
Or no,
I think
other
they-
way around. Tank Davis had a mole in Garcia's camp because about his body. He was like,
it was his sparring partner.
Does he have a weak liver?
no, he said he was like, he was like doing a thing, and he said, yeah, he was like, yeah, ask him. He got hurt. His body's been hurt, and they were like, well, what was it, like a punch? What fight was it? He was like, no, it wasn't a fight, but just tell him I know he got hurt. His body got hurt, and I know where. And they were like, do you have a spy in the camp? And he was like,
Wait, so you're saying Tank had a spy in his camp
Yes.
that told him that hit him in the liver?
that was like, yes, but that clip was made before the fight. So like after the fight, people like started analyzing that clip more and were like, oh shit, like maybe he knew because he was going to the body, which was like kind of
So
not
you think
Tank
he got hurt
Davis'
in
style.
the spar?
No, I think something fucked up happened. That, like no one knew, like it wasn't a fight thing, and like I think his body was weak in an area, and he knew to attack it.
Yeah, if you punch me where I have my colostomy fucking bag, I'm going down immediately, dude. That thing is tender still. There's no, but I also have a crazy scar, so you'd be like, okay, this guy got something going on there.
Yeah, right. X marks the spot.
Yeah.
I mean, like I think Ryan Garcia is a really good fighter. I just feel like that dude Tank Davis is like Floyd Mayweather, smart but way more powerful. Like he's just so patient and just like kind of waits and like calculated punches. It was, I don't know. I just
He
thought
was not looking too good the first round, though.
well,
No,
he
yeah.
never does in any of his fights. I started like doing some research on him. He does it every fight, like the first 2 or 3 rounds.
Just
like,
feeling it out then.
yeah, just like seeing what the guy does and seeing how he reacts stuff, and he'll flinch at you and shit like that. He's like a fucking computer, and then he like learns you, and then he just works you over.
Tell you what, Ryan Garcia is hot.
He is.
He is one handsome fella.
I don't even know what he looks like.
He's a smoke show.
Is he?
His hair is.
He blows Jimmy G out of the water.
Let's not get crazy.
How handsome
not-
can one man
yeah.
be?
Wow,
Yeah.
he's pretty. I mean, he had a sequin shirt on at the post game fight.
Yeah, he's a little like flashy.
He's a little flamboyant.
Yeah, I mean, if I had to pick one, I'm still taking Jimmy G all day. But Garcia's hot. He got a nice head of hair.
But yeah,
Speaking of hot, you got something else on?
well, no, the thing that you were saying. Go ahead. We'll get back to it later. I don't want to ruin it. Oh, the keeping his money.
Oh yeah. Well, that was just some stupid ploy. I feel like that's what fucking everybody's saying in fights now. And one of the Pauls fights, they're like, "Oh, we'll fight for the purse," and they still break it up. I think that was just like another thing to try to like sell some pay-per-views at the end. No one's agreeing to that. You don't train. You don't build your whole career up to a giant payday like that. And like, all right, if I lose, you could have it. There's no way that like at any point was that real.
And here's something that like I didn't understand, but I'm starting to understand a little bit better. Like there was a hydration clause where like that dude Ryan Garcia doesn't fight at 136, so like he had to really struggle to make that weight. But then they were like, you get that one day after, you're like, but he's like, you're only allowed to go up 10 pounds in weight. And like for him, that was hard. So like when he rehydrated and started getting, he was only allowed to go up so much, not to his full potential. And that was a smart move by them because like it definitely, he looked weaker like than they said that he did in his other fights.
Yeah, I hate this stupid. If you're in a fight. I mean, I get the weight, but I don't know. Speaking of hot, Salma Hayek is 56 years old. She's putting thirst traps up on Instagram. They are unbelievable.
Yeah.
She looks like younger now than she did when she was like.
How does that happen?
I don't
What's going
understand
on?
it. I mean, I get rich people have access
But she
to
doesn't.
rich
She doesn't
people's
look.
shit. but it's not like
fake.
no,
Like-
everything looks very. I mean, like her
that.
titties and stuff, but like that's
Well,
fine.
She always but her face.
Yeah, her face looks unbelievable. What made me think, we had a little conversation today. You're dead sober. How many pumps are you getting in on Salma Hayek?
32.
Well, no fucking way. Are you out of your mind? So let me
No, we're
break,
going like.
let me break this down.
That's
Let me
17 seconds.
let me break this down. Jesus
You're a quick
Christ,
pumper.
you fucking
Yeah.
thumper over
well,
here.
I'm not going like this. I'm like.
Oh. Let me see it. Yeah, you
Yeah, there it is. I already skied.
dude, that was
it.
like 5 seconds.
Well, I got my 32 in. That's all I
No
said.
way. So we're not talking about the couple warm-ups where everything isn't all primed and ready to go. We're talking fully primed, full-blown strokes. I said 4, and I think I could probably go under that.
I didn't see the Instagram pictures.
They're so hot.
That's pretty good.
If you're talking about slow strokes where that coos is just so juice, and you just fire your wiener in there, like, yeah, you're probably right. The over-under should be around 10.
Yeah, you said 32. That's insane.
Well, yeah, because I was thinking about little quick humps, like,
Yeah.
I mean, getting in there. But I always had a thing for Salma. I always thought she was fucking so hot, especially after there was a few movies, but the one where she was that vampire movie, the
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
no, From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah, she's hot and she's going harder than Graham. I got to give her credit. Someone I'm not going to give any credit to is Colin Dunlap. He said he's talked to people, good sources, that there's a good chance that Bronny James is going to come to Duquesne next year to play basketball. So LeBron James' son, Bronny James, is going to, out of all the schools in the world he can pick, he's going to, hey, I'm going to go to Uptown in Pittsburgh and play basketball there.
It makes complete sense though.
Does it?
No, I think our coach was
It was
Duquesne's
LeBron's high
coach
school
was
coach.
LeBron's high school coach.
There's no way in the world this kid's going to Duquesne. I don't care if LeBron goes with
possible.
him.
It's possible.
It's impossible.
When you start thinking about like those,
Why is he even going to college?
well,
Like,
you have
Well, you
to.
have to now.
Oh,
Oh,
do you?
really?
You
I
gotta
didn't
have
know
one
that.
Yeah,
year.
you got to go a year.
The NIL deals where he would get somewhere else. Would
Insane.
So he
Right.
and like John, say what
Call-
you were saying earlier about the donate. Like you had a good point. We were talking.
Colin Dunlap is a shitbag. You shouldn't like him either, JD. He said Duquesne football should fold and they should just put everything into to basketball.
Oh, man.
Damn.
And you
Talk
guys
about
are,
getting on someone's shit list.
Yeah,
Yeah.
right. Mr. Rosado was
2-4.
firing back
Yeah.
on Twitter. Yeah, but
We'll hop on the Dunlap train. He's
but
the worst.
Duquesne football definitely fundraises a ton of money. Just
Yeah,
for the football.
Duquesne needs football.
Yeah, like dude, yeah, like
those big games bring in a lot of money.
a ton of money. And like, yeah, Colin Dunlap just
Idiot.
totally disrespected Duquesne football.
So you're saying LeBron's high school coach is Duquesne's like
The
what?
head basketball coach.
Head basketball coach.
He did really well last year, but
Yeah.
I don't. I mean, is Bronny like a top?
Yeah, I mean he's.
I don't know. I
He
don't
was a
know if-
McDonald's All-American.
Right, but I don't know. Is like if his high school coach pulls that much weight with LeBron still.
he's projected already. Like right
I
now,
think LeBron sent some stuff to those guys. I think maybe
before the season,
It's
like
like
right,
nothing. You know.
Yeah.
he's projected next year to go in the draft. Hasn't played a game. It could obviously go up or down to go 47th.
Yeah.
So that would be in the
Where
second
did
round.
LeBron say he would go to? He would have went to college. He,
He
said
always,
Duke.
he never really said. He said like, "Oh, I would have stayed home for Ohio State, but then I always loved Duke and blah blah blah." So he like picked every. He LeBron's
Right.
it. He always says like, "Oh, if I had a chance, I'd go. I would have went here." And he's in North Carolina.
Right.
Oh, I would loved it here. I fucking, you know what I mean?
Right, right.
LeBron the shit out
So
of
he'll
it.
probably go to like a blue blood school, like something big time.
Yeah, he's gonna go to Kansas. He's gonna
Right.
go to fucking
Right.
Ohio State,
Right.
something like that. I mean, listen,
Colin Dunlap
I like
sometimes
Duke,
just
I like
them-
Duquesne. They're not fucking getting
No,
LeBron,
no,
Bronny James.
It's possible, but doubtful.
I mean, anything's possible, I guess, JD, but like, that'd be insane.
20%.
What? No, under one.
Under one.
Under one.
All right.
I wonder if you can bet on that.
No, I don't think so. Nude bowling coming to Crafton Lanes this weekend.
That's
There's a lot of things I'd want to do naked. Bowling ain't one of them,
No.
dude. You're seeing out everything.
I've seen it. So they did this before.
Yeah.
And then, like, I seen the advertisement for it, and it was like good-looking people like bowling naked. So like I was like, me and Addie were sitting there and we started like investigating. Those weren't the people at the naked bowling.
Did you go?
No, but we seen like the reviews of people in the real thing that took pictures. They were like blurred out, like the vaginas, the dicks, the boobs. They were not people you'd want to see. It'd be like going to watch Eagle Tits bowl.
Oh.
No, I'm just saying, Larry. You know what I mean? Like, you know, these like hairy ass dudes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to see even like hot.
Probably mostly dudes, right?
I don't know. It seemed like most of the people commenting great time, can't wait for the next one was all dudes.
I wouldn't even want to see hot people bowl naked. I don't think.
No.
I
Bowling,
watched Salma Hayek bowl.
Yeah. But like I said, you're bending over, you're seeing dudes' buttholes, you're seeing bean bags.
Right, they gotta bend over to pick up the
dudes'
ball.
toenails, everything. I don't need that.
You gotta have bowling shoes on.
Yeah, come on, Jack.
I
Everybody
guess you would have to wear bowling shoes.
You don't want
But
to slip
the-
and fall
plus
out
it's-
there.
it's
Yeah,
cool.
somebody flips and falls in that alley.
I was at a bowling party, a kid bowling party, like last week, 2 weeks ago. It was actually my niece's. I don't know why I said a kid, like I didn't know her. I was at my niece's bowling party like 2 weeks ago, and like kids are running around having a good time. They see that lane, they want to take off down that motherfucker, dude. You have to like guard. You gotta go. They don't know it's slippery. You know,
They find out quick.
Oh, they find out quick. One kid cracked his melon.
Yeah,
and I feel like one was probably good. There's probably fucking kids
Right.
going down all day.
Plus, it's like you imagine.
dude, I've slipped on one of them lanes before.
Yeah, it hurts.
Yeah.
As an adult,
Yeah.
The last
you
time.
like step across that line, like, whoa.
Wait, so you said you went bowling last week. When's the last time you went bowling? I swear to God, I think it was with us 5 years ago when
Before
lanes.
4 lanes, I went and bought a bowling ball and bowling shoes.
Ready
I was
to
like, we're
go.
gonna do this all the time.
Never did it again.
Yeah,
They closed.
and then they closed. Well, that was like the only affordable bowling alley. I feel like
Yeah, bowling's up there now.
it's really
They
up
get
there.
a couple bucks.
I went out to Lincoln Place. I think we played like a couple. I'm like, how much do you want for that?
It was for you and your kids. I bet it was probably close to. You spent at least $75.
At least, yeah.
Tell you what, they had like, you're getting some pizza. You're getting it's gonna be shitty pizza. You're getting bowling alley pizza, but it was like good shitty pizza. Does that make sense to you?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
like, oh, this is shitty pizza. I'm like, this is decent shitty
Right.
pizza.
You
Like
about 4 lanes
guess- no, at the Lincoln Place.
But dude, 4 lanes was the best. You just get a bucket of ponies, and like the games didn't really cost you that much. It was like on
Weird
Wednesday night,
smell.
it was like $5 a game.
Yeah.
The one they had the thing
That's
that
probably
all
why
you
they
could
went out of
bowl.
business.
Remember?
Yeah, it was like from like something to 8, dude.
It was
Just make-
$10. I think all you could
Yeah,
bowl.
we'd sit there and like just fucking smash ponies.
Speaking of babies, we had a guy lose his marbles on an airplane because a baby was crying for like a half hour, screaming at the top of his lungs, I don't give a fuck. That motherfucking baby pay extra to be disturbing everybody like this? Going insane. Listen, babies on airplanes is something you just got to deal with. You got to, it's 2023, put your headphones in and suck it up. This dude was going nuts. It was that motherfucker pay extra for a ticket talking about a baby. It was entertaining, but yeah, it didn't. I don't think it ended well for my man because he was snapping.
Dude, the crying baby can make people lose it. Like you said, that you need headphones.
You need headphones.
Dude,
Most
like some
people have
babies,
them.
like say a little baby that's like colicky, they could cry for 2.5 hours straight.
No problem.
No problem, and it gets worse.
Yeah.
And there's nothing you could do about it.
Plus, their ears are popping, things like that.
Oh, yeah.
It never
But
happened.
at that time, you just got to put yourself in those parents' position. Like they
Right, a
don't
lot of
want
people-
they don't want their baby
Right,
crying.
a lot of people don't like to put themselves in other people's positions. They like
Right,
to
they're
complain.
just-
But a baby crying will make you snap.
Would you guys rather have a baby crying or sitting next to 2 fat people?
2 fat people.
That's another
Do
rough
the,
one.
do the fats?
Really?
Do
I
the
don't
fats
know.
smell?
No, they don't smell, but they're just really obese.
And they're
in
taking
your
up-
space.
And you're sitting middle,
You're sitting middle.
and those rolls are rolling onto you.
Yes.
This happened to me before.
Spillage.
Legs are spread out.
Spillage.
It's either that or crying baby next
They're
to
like
you.
I don't know. That might be kind of nice.
It's kinda-
Just like
dude,
in a,
it's
in a
happened
fat,
to me.
in
You're
a
like-
fat burrito.
You're just kind of
Yeah.
in there like, dude. When
As
I,
long as they don't smell.
when I took the red eye home from Vegas, I was
Yeah.
in between 2 fat priests.
Oh,
Oh, you're lucky you made it out.
Dude, these dudes were like, "You okay?" I'm like, "Somebody just give me water." And I just wedged myself in between these 2
Like,
fat
come on,
bastards
snuggle it up.
and just fucking crashed.
They
dude.
probably took a couple
I was
feels,
fine.
but
Yeah.
that's okay.
After that, yeah.
What'd you do in Vegas? Would you like to make a confession?
Yeah.
All right, let's do some voicemails. We got a bunch.
Hey guys, it's Joe Klepek. Love the podcast. appreciate the shout-outs you guys give me on it occasionally. But I have a Greer grinder. Out of all of the snowstorms we've had over the years, what's the worst snowstorm you ever had? And what's your funniest Greenfield story of all time? Hope to hear a good answer. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
Well, the snowstorm is easy. It's when the blizzard on St. Patty's Day when we were like kids.
93.
Yeah, it sucked.
2 feet.
Who gives a shit about that?
Couldn't go down to parade. We had a big day. We were little kids. We used to go down there. Everybody would be down there. You hanging out, running around Mitchell's.
That last one when it snowed 24 inches and I actually had to work.
Yeah.
In snow. It was horrible.
Yeah, I guess.
Literally, I was opening my truck door and was pushing snow out. I said, "Dear God, how am I? I'm never going home. I'm never going to be able to go home."
I think that's the time. It was around Christmas where I shit in that person's backyard, and the one Hispanic dude I was working with just held up a shovel to hide me from being able to because I'm doing my shit my pants.
You shit in 2 feet of snow?
Yeah, I literally and here's the thing, there was no trees, no nothing. I was gonna shit my pants, so I kind of crouched down and rolled up you know what I mean, like this, and just shit out, you know what I mean. It's leaning on the snow and it just totally just shit, and the dude was holding a shovel up like this, which made no sense.
Yeah, that's actually drawing more attention to you.
Right? He's like, "You okay, Mike?" I'm like, "Hey, Zeus, just keep holding that shovel." And anyone could have seen me turning. It wasn't in Squirrel Hill. So
funniest Greenfield story ever. I think we're gonna have to think of. I don't got anything off the top of my head. We'll probably have to think about that one, and it'll be a topic for next week. I'm sure. I mean, we tell all of our funny stories on here, so
dude, you put us on the spot, man. That's
yeah, it's hard to narrow it down. I mean, even that could be something we work on next week. We'll be because there would be definitely a difference of opinion from people their favorite story, oh, this is the funniest one. This is the funniest one. It's hard to think in my head right now what's the funniest one.
Yeah, we'll get back to you on that, Joe. Thanks
Good question, though, Joe.
What up, boys? It's Yosh. It's 10:50 on a Friday morning in the South Side. Jack, what the fuck's up with all these homeless people? It's the first week of spring, and these fucking assholes are berating me. I drive a 48-foot food truck. I deliver food for a living, and I pull up into stops, and it's like I'm the president. They fucking berate me. They're like, "Oh, you got anything extra on there?" I'm like, "Hey, buddy, if I didn't have anything extra on here, you're homeless. You have nowhere to fucking cook it. Get the fuck out of here, dude." I'm about to start choking people out with saran wrap, or I'm going to have to beat them with a box of steaks or something because I'm done with the homeless. So either Shelley Park Sheriff needs to come down here and take care of them, or Johnny, call your uncles. Tell them to get the fuck down here. Take care of these homeless people. Tell them to stop berating us. So I'm going to kill someone this year. All right, boys. Talk to you later.
Those Southside homeless they're different homeless. Those are the train track homeless people. You know what I mean? They're the homeless that have debit cards and cell phones and shit like that.
Yeah.
They always have a dog.
They have dogs. Dude,
Cut off shirts.
Yeah, they kind of let them live there. They'll have a case of beer and they'll just sit, they'll post up. I seen the one dude. He the little they have the trees on the sidewalk with the beds. The dude kind of wrapped a tarp around that it was his own little teepee. His own fort.
Yeah.
I don't know if berating's the right word. It's more like harassment. He wasn't calling you a piece of shit. He just wanted a little bit of steak.
Yeah, they when I used to go to Starbucks every morning, they would get me, but you say what's up to them and they leave you the fuck alone.
Try not to make eye contact. They can go in that Starbucks, right? I think they hang out in there.
I think they kind of nixed that.
Did they?
Yeah, because you got to get a code for the bathroom. I think they were in there, shitting on the floor and stuff like that.
Yeah, shitting on those walls.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and there was a big problem in a lot of Starbucks everywhere. People were using them also to do heroin. So, basically now, almost all the Starbucks in the Pittsburgh area, you need a code for the bathroom, unless you got the North Hills.
I don't even think they're even really giving the code out like that anymore. If you look a little shifty, either.
If you're a shady character, they're bathroom's out of order.
Yep.
Hey, boys. It's Mike Wees. You know where I'm from. Anyway, hey, I got a question for you guys. How do you guys handle these Karens and Ken? These guys that they just they think that the world revolves around them. Quick example: last weekend I'm on house arrest. My boys come over to keep me company, freaking throwing horseshoes in the backyard, not bothering nobody. It's about 5:30 in the afternoon. Here comes the neighbor. He's always bitching, man. This dude's put screws under my tires and stuff for parking on the street where he thinks it's his spot. He comes over to the fence. He's like, oh, hey, how long you guys going to be doing this, man? You're making all this noise. I'm like, dude, it's 5:30 in the afternoon. We're throwing horseshoes. Nobody's out of line. Get into an argument with this guy. He's swelling up, getting big. Whatever. Next thing I know, here comes Pittsburgh police. They're in my backyard. They're talking to us. He's like, what's going on? I explained the story to the guy. The Ken's over there in the neighbor's yard, running his mouth. Shut up. Cop looks at me and he goes, hey, what time you planning on wrapping this up? I was like, I don't know. We're going to wrap up when it was getting dark. When it's lights out. I got a spotlight. I could play late. He says, well, if you guys are still playing after I get off my shift by 11, say, I'll stop up. I'll throw some shoes with you. Have fun. Enjoy the day.
It's always nice when you get a good cop.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Know somebody's an asshole and they're not trying to, bust your balls for having a little horseshoe party in the back.
I thought my neighbors are assholes.
Yeah, man.
Screws under the tires?
Screw under the tires, insane.
Like, dude, I must say this. I've had some parties at my house. Probably when I was younger, I didn't realize, how loud they could possibly be. And no one's really ever said anything about that.
No, I feel like you don't do it that often. So
no. It's like maybe once, twice a year. Not even that much anymore.
You got to suck it up.
When I first got it, it was always seemed like a good idea. But yeah, somebody's playing horseshoes in their backyard. Dude, just mind your fucking business.
Especially if you're on house arrest. It's like, you get some friends to come over. You're excited. You're having a good time, and your neighbor just has to come over and fucking ruin it. I give you credit for not basing on them, but definitely, they do sell screws at Home Depot, so maybe repay the favor.
Yeah, I'd have
what if you
put screws under my tires?
If you're a cop, what do you even say that? He's playing horseshoes.
Yeah, leave him alone.
You're like, fuck did you call me for?
Yeah, what did you call me for?
Right.
Yeah, at 5:30 in the afternoon. It's not even dark yet. I could see if dudes are getting rowdy, drinking beers. Dude, it's 10 o'clock, guys. Just wrap it up. Just
People people see other people having fun and they get fucking miserable.
Yeah, they don't want. If they would have been sitting in a circle crying, he would have let it go. You see, he heard a couple giggles, seen a couple ringers. He said, "Enough of this."
Hey, a guy hates ringers.
Hates them.
What's up, boys? It's Kenny. So real quick, just to clarify from last week, I'm not exactly dumping it in the sink. It's more over the sink, I should say. You used to do this type of thing in the shower. But, the cell phone's not waterproof, and we're not doing it with our cell phone now, But, anyways, keep the bathroom theme going here. So we all know I'm a bus driver. And at the end of this particular run, there's a sheets. To be clear, I've never listened while I'm on the bus, in case someone from Port Authority's listening. And I never listened on the bus on Fridays on my last run of the week to get to the weekend. Never. But anyways, so the end of this run is a sheets, and I'm fighting it to get to this sheet. I mean, I'm talking about a photo finish. Fighting off, number 2. I'm not fighting off a jerk off in the sheets bathroom. Let's be clear, because the last story of the bathroom was about jerking off. But photo finish is coming in the sheet. So I pulled a bus at the end, and I fucking pull over, and I run into the sheet, and both stalls are fucking occupied. So I immediately had to identify as a woman. I didn't have a choice. I had to identify as a woman in that fucking woman's bathroom, and blew it the fuck up. And as I'm in there blowing it up, I got in, nobody was there, luckily. So a couple broads come in and out as I'm in there. They must think there's a stinky bitch in this stall blowing it up. And then, but I ended up getting in and out without incident. But what else are you going to do? I had no choice. I had to identify as a woman, get in there, and get it done.
Thanks, Kenny.
All right, First of all, what is he talking about?
I don't know. Over the sink.
Yeah, is he just telling it? Is he worried that we think his load sucks?
So he's putting his cell phone on the sink and jacking off. Got it.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
Into the sink.
Onto the phone.
Or into a towel.
No, I think he's jerking off into the sink.
We need Kenny
to
call next week. We need a step-by-step jerk off.
Right.
Outline.
Where are you busting? You're not at in the sink, on the sink, in a towel.
A to Z. When you start in, let's walk through this because now there's confusion and listeners need to know how Kenny jerks off.
Dude, remember we were at Sheets We were like eat lunch out there when we cut grass in North Hills. Remember that dude? He came in and he ran to the bathroom. He's like, "Oh boy,
Yeah.
oh boy."
Dude,
he went.
if you're saying "oh boy,"
Dude,
you're too late.
He was like, "We have an issue here. We have an issue here." He like talked to an employee. He's like, both bathrooms are full. I got to do my business. Please, will you please like clear out the women's bathroom?" She's like, "Quickly, please."
Yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, dude, he was about to shit his pants.
About to shit his pants.
Like he said, photo finish. This dude got to go in there, dude. Like, yeah, like
that is the worst feeling in the world. Like both stalls to be full. That's terrible, man.
I'll tell you where it happens at the two most places, Lowe's and Costco. Or I've always noticed like the stalls are full.
I'm like, Lowe's. I've always had luck at Lowe's.
I went down there this Sunday morning to get
Sunday morning's
mulch.
a different. Yeah.
I had to get mulch. It was packed.
I talked to you too. That was like 10ish.
Yeah.
All the weekend warriors are trying to get their flowers and just take a shit at Lowe's.
I had to shit so bad. Like luckily, I just waited it out. And I was like standing over by the sink with my head turned.
Dude,
like,
you ever go to Lowe's and like the locks broken on the thing? I'm like, you guys got all
you got
this.
a million locks.
Yeah, fix this thing.
Lock City over here.
And the toilet won't flush.
I like to poop at Restaurant Depot. But the weird thing about that is I do it on the way I like going out. So I got
put all your shit to
I
the
got all
side.
my cart. I just wheel it over to the shitter. You know? And then I just set it next there. And then come out and push it out. Like everybody knows I just went and pooped. But you know, I mean, it is what it is.
I do that sometimes too. Costco, I'm good for Costco. Like I gotta go. I gotta like leave all my shit here and then like hope when they don't think I abandoned it.
Or I wonder in the history of someone turding, like, so you got to leave all your items outside the turder. So you go in there, you come out. I wonder if anyone's ever came out and their items were gone.
I bet.
If you're a long shitter,
yeah.
I mean, you're usually in places like it's not like shitting at home. Like you're pretty much, I don't know. For me, it is.
I don't
like,
take my time on away games.
Yeah.
I'm in and out.
Yeah.
it depends on the situation. If it's nice and quiet in there, I mean,
It's nice and quiet. I'm at an airport. It's clean.
I might look
There's
at
not
my
a million
phone for a little
bit.
I've had a shit in a women's room before. It was it was over in Shady Side. It was I think it was a coffee house. And, like, I remember, like, going in there and, like, I had shit. And then the next bathroom was a woman's. But it was a single bathroom. I just knocked on the door. Was anyone in there? No. Open it, and I could lock the door behind me.
I'm going to be thinking about how Kenny jerks off until next week now.
Yeah, he said, I don't jerk off in the sink. I jerk off
and it
over
goes
the sink.
over the sink.
Maybe
I don't get it.
I don't either.
Hey,
He's
guys.
not jerking.
Water boy.
Yeah, I don't know.
A little update for you. My asshole neighbor's the one who carries a pistol. House is going up for auction sale. Fucking hilarious. So glad. Also, which reminds me of a story. About 9 years ago, two of the fat bitches came over. We were having a pool party. So, for like a half hour, they're sitting there going, "Ooh, don't push us in the pool. Don't push it." And obviously no one wasn't. Because, one, we'd need a fucking forklift fucking knock them in. Anyway, they finally jump in. The pool floods, obviously, from all that extra weight. You know, the whole buoyancy thing. They get out. Well, my daughter at the time was 4 or 5. And the one lady sits down. And my daughter goes, "Ooh, what the fuck is that?" And the lady got up and scurried over to her house. I was like, "What is that?" It was like brown gel and yellow gel and stuff. We found out it was a fucking diaper. She wore a fucking diaper in the pool. So I had to fucking Caddyshack it, drain it, scrub it, because I didn't want yeah. Well, anyways, have a good evening, guys. Later.
Thanks, fucking water
Dude.
boy. So some fat chick wearing a diaper jumped in your pool and turds got loose in the pool.
How big could this diaper be?
How did she know she had turds in her diaper?
She don't change her diaper for going in the pool?
How old was she? Like, I don't understand. I thought she was like, was she 70 or 7? I don't know.
These voicemails just have led to way more questions.
Yeah.
You got to clear it up next week, Waterboy. Like, I need to know.
Little kids are ruthless. They don't give a fuck. They see something weird, they're calling it out.
Yeah.
Man, that is disgusting.
Yep. That's gross.
All right, let's take a break.
All right, baby. We'll take a quick commercial break. Be right back with more Greenfield's Finest Podcast.
Gross.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Z-Bird from Greenfield's Finest Podcast. If you're in the real estate market right now, if you're buying, selling, looking for someone to be a property manager, I know just the people. Carlson & Associates, located in the heart of Pittsburgh, Southside. Carlson & Associates, not just known in the Southside, they're known all over the Pittsburgh area, and they're great at commercial and residential, and they've got you covered. Call 412-431-1718 or visit their website at casouthside.com. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I don't know if you've ever had a problem like me, but if you've ever stuck your dick in the light socket, you're probably going to need an electrician. Well, good thing Greenfield's Finest Podcast has Plug Electric as our official electricians of the Greenfield Finest Podcast. If you're looking for a good electrician, contact Plug Electric. Ask for Vance Hall. Phone number 412-298-6770. That's 412-298-6770. And stop sticking your dick in the light socket. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Z-Bird from Greenfield's Finest Podcast. If you're looking to go out this week, if you're a guy or a girl and you're looking for something to do and you and your friends want to go out, why don't you check out 12 Whiskey Barbecue at 1222 East Carson Street. Not only do they got some of the best drinks in the world, they got over 100 craft beers, and they absolutely have some of the best food in all of Southside. So check out 12 Whiskey Barbecue at 1222 East Carson Street if you want to go out and you want to have some good food and you want to fuck. I don't know about you, but shit's always breaking around my house, whether it's my washer, whether it's my dryer, whether it's my stove, whether it's my fridge. Something's always breaking. I used to have a handyman, but you can't rely on anyone nowadays until I find Primetime Appliance. 412-896-1395. They fix TVs, ovens, dishwashers, microwaves, and everything more. These are the guys that call, and they get the job done right. That's Primetime Appliance. 412-896-1395. And tell them you heard it on Greenfield's Finest Podcast. Hey, what's up, everybody? You looking for a fun night out in the South Side, but you don't want to get punched in your face? Neither do I. That's why I'm going down Finn McCool's at 1501 East Carson Street. You want to go somewhere, have a beer, hang out with some people, see some hot chicks or some hot dudes, but you don't want to get punched in your fucking face? Well, go down Finn McCool's at 1501 East Carson Street. Have a good time and tell them Z-Bird sent you. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Greenfield's Finest Podcast. We're about to jump into Corn Dick of the Week. Moneyline, who be Corn Dicking this week?
Perfect timing. Joe Welsh. He just sent me a text message. I asked him if he wanted to go to D.C. for the XFL playoff game on Sunday. He was thinking about it, and he's like, I can't go to D.C. I forgot the fucking mulch man is coming Sunday morning. I was like, man, is that an old guy problem? He said, Sam will be bitching if I try to reschedule it. Can't go to because the mulch guy's coming.
It's going to rain Sunday.
It's going to rain Sunday, Joe.
So was he getting mulch delivered Sunday?
He's getting the mulch is coming, and he needs I guess he got a fucking, mulch. Can't the mulch just sit there for a day and then mulch on Monday?
Ain't go nowhere.
Yeah, it's going to sit there in a pile.
Big old pile.
Just tell him where to put it.
Yeah, fuck that mulch.
Yeah, it might take up a parking spot, but
just don't block your driveway. Yeah. You know what, Joey? Or maybe you pay somebody to lay mulch for you, big boy.
Yeah,
doing a lot of comedy these days.
Yeah, shell out a couple bucks to load
cheapskate.
Yeah, you got a mulch machine.
Yeah, dude, I can mulch for you.
We shoot the mulch
for a fee,
for a small fee. So Joe Welsh, thanks for that text message. Right on time for Corn Dick of the Week. You're number one, buddy. Dillon Brooks called LeBron James old and said he doesn't respect anybody who can't score 40 on him. The next game, Dillon Brooks played so horrendous it was like comical, bricking shots. Just looked he was getting torched every time he touched the ball. Literally looked like he shouldn't be in the McGee league, let alone fucking in the NBA. And then he punched LeBron in his dick. I'm not a LeBron guy, but he made this dude look like a fucking fool. In what world do you think the series was? What was the series? It was 1-1, I think. And he decided it'd be a good idea to start talking shit on LeBron and get LeBron all wound up. I don't get it.
LeBron had a great game last night too, didn't he?
I didn't watch the game last night.
I know he scored more than John Moran.
I think he had 20 and something. He had a good stat line anyway.
I don't know. Dillon Brooks looks like a major.
Yeah, dude. If you're gonna talk shit, I mean, you just can't suck.
It was a blatant punch in the dick.
There's been a lot of weird shit going on in these NBA playoffs.
Yeah, they haven't been great.
But a lot of who is it? Draymond Green stomped on somebody.
Yeah, he stomped on Sabonis.
Yeah, a little dick punching here and there.
Did you ever punch anybody during any type of game or anything like that?
I would say no.
we were playing. It was a tournament game, and we were like 12. We were playing one of the wards over in Frick. I forget which ward it was. And I hit like a line drive, and it ended up being I was going for inside park home run. Round in third, they throw the ball in. Third baseman, it's like halfway down the line. It was a bad throw. Goes to pick up the ball as I'm rounding third. I start just like flailing my arms like I'm running like out of control, and I fucking suckered this kid so hard in his face because I was going to be out. You know what I mean? I dropped him. I score. The parents on the other side go insane. I play dumb like, oh, I didn't mean to because I was still in the baseline. You know what I mean? But I definitely caught back and I cracked that motherfucker. And
super obvious, probably.
Very obvious, but like also like I was, I could sell some shit. So I didn't mean to. I'm so sorry. Blah blah blah. Got in the car and my dad was like, "Did you do it on purpose?" I was like, "Yeah, dude, I had to score." You know what I mean? Won the game. Fuck this kid up though. Speaking of punching people, high school wrestler sucker punches opponent after he shakes his hand after a loss.
I seen that one.
He cracked him.
Yeah,
he cracked him. That was jive.
Parents came over afterwards, all upset.
I bet,
dude. Yeah. The kid. I don't think he knocked him out, but dude, that hurts.
Fuck and. Like it's one thing. Like if you're gonna swing on him like right after the match. Don't go shake his hand and then swing on him.
That's a super sucker.
That's a super sucker move.
Because his guard's
now what
down.
happened? This kid's got to be
probably
ain't gonna wrestle anymore. Yeah,
probably not. Maybe a little suspension.
I don't know. They might. You press charges and that probably stick.
You might get
for that video. Yeah,
it could get.
I'm not
suspended.
a press charges guy, but if his parents are all wound up,
right?
Sometimes shit's out of your hands.
Yeah,
suspension from school for sure.
Yeah, probably. Speaking of suspensions, 5 NFL players, dude. I'm just like, you see how I'm doing this today? It's fucking unbelievable. One word, boom, right in the next topic. 5 NFL players got suspended for gambling. 3 indefinitely, 2 got 6 games. 3 of them actually bet on NFL games. So they're probably not getting back in the league, I bet.
Jamison Williams was one of them.
He got 6 games.
Yeah, like betting on the NFL games.
It's all incredibly stupid.
Yeah.
You saw what happened to Ridley. They gave him a whole year. They're not playing games about it. You can't bet, dude. Just don't fucking bet.
Or if you would bet, like if you're that much of a bet, like there still is bookies out there. There are
still bookies.
Can't you like give your boy like a certain amount of money and like call in and have him do it?
Yeah, how hard
Unless
is that?
Unless you're tapping your phones, which I don't think they are.
No, they're these idiots are making fuking FanDuel accounts.
Yeah, they're right on DraftKings, just firing in bets, and it's so easy to see.
Like Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah. I don't feel bad for these dudes. After like last year, they saw what they dropped the hammer on Ridley. That's who got suspended, right?
He got suspended he lost a whole year.
Whole year. It's so like, dude,
$12 million.
If you're not allowed to play NFL anymore, because they're not going to play. They're not going to fuck around.
Are they not that good of players? Any of these guys?
No, it's no huge names.
Jamison Williams, the biggest name.
It's the biggest name.
He was a rookie last year.
He got 6. But that is just pure stupidity. You can't do it.
Why did he get 6?
Because he was bet on other shit other than NFL games. But he bet on it, and he said he bet on non-NFL games, but he was inside the NFL facility. So I don't know if they were like.
So can them guys bet at all?
No.
Oh, like NBA, nothing.
They can't bet on baseball or anything.
I don't think they bet on anything.
Huh.
Which makes sense. Like, you can't. The integrity of your game. You're making all this money. All right. There's some things when you have jobs. There's some things you can do. There's some things you can't do. This is one of the things you can't do.
Or just be a better sneak.
And you start letting, like, say you're like, oh, well, the football guys can bet on basketball can bet. Do you start getting guys in cahoots? Like, hey, listen,
They're all in cahoots, Bird, all to get our money.
Like, I'm going to brick a million
Refs
shots
included.
tonight.
But like you said, how hard is it to fucking
say, hey, idiot.
Hey.
Suspended for being stupid.
Hey, Z-Bird, here's $50,000 to open us a FanDuel account.
Right. Yeah.
I never bet
could you imagine
in my life.
Could you imagine if I was in the NBA and like had Z-Bird like betting for me, the amount of parlays that'd be going in there?
I do love a good parlay.
They'd be burning through $50,000 like it was nothing.
Those dollar parlays.
Like, dude, if that fucking 14-teamer would have hit, we would have won $6 million. We had a crazy guy caught licking a doorbell for 3 hours straight. Those Ring cameras are catching all the weird shit that no one ever knew about.
Dude,
what kind of drugs are you on to be licking a doorbell for 3 hours straight?
Definitely meth, 100%.
Does meth make you horny?
Yeah.
Does it?
Yeah, it's known. It's known for like people. And also, it's supposed to. I never did meth, but like, there's definitely like I've heard people talk about you bust insanely big loads.
Big loads, Kenny loads.
Dude, I seen a meth guy. Me and John seen a meth guy the other day. He was up in the development, and we actually stopped because we thought he was gonna like.
We thought he was gonna snatch some kids or do something really.
You gotta keep your eye on him.
Dude, we had to circle around the block and then like stop and like look at him, and he was just
make him uncomfortable.
He was just chicken winging up and down the street.
He was like, yes, but he was putting business cards on people's doors. But that's an old scam people use to scope a house out.
Yeah,
that's all he's doing. But he was messed up, probably busting giant loads. But
I mean, did you see that guy looking at doorbell? Yeah. He was going to town on that thing.
And he was
3 hours. Like, wonder what made him finally stop. Like, all right, 3 hours. I had enough. That was enough.
That's a good point.
You know what I mean?
Like I got everything I can get out.
He probably finished.
Yeah, like yeah.
3 hours.
Looking at doorbell, I'll never be able to cream myself.
Was it? I wonder if it was someone living there that he
wanted to show him his tongue action.
He was like infatuated with. You know what I mean?
He's like, look, I could lick this doorbell for
3 hours. That might change the game, though.
Yeah.
What if it was Eagle Tits' doorbell?
What if after 3 hours, finally the door opens? Like, come on in.
Come on in.
You're worthy.
Putting that tongue to work.
Yeah. Put it right up my butthole.
I mean, you're looking. Yeah, if a chick's looking at that, who knows? 3 hours. That's a long time to be eating coos.
Yeah.
That's a talented tongue.
Yeah. It gets sore.
It's a lot of coos. Your jaw would be sore.
Did you guys see this guy lay out for that foul ball at the Braves game and break his whole face?
No, I didn't see that.
Oh, my God. I sent it to you.
Is it a fan?
It was a fan. He was in his 40s. Literally sprawled. There was empty seats like below him. Jumps over his seat. Lays out for the foul ball. Face first into the top of the seat. He had to break every bone in his face. There's like no way he didn't. Or lose some teeth. It was.
Did he get the ball?
I don't think. It was like one of those ones, like even the announcer was like, "Oh my God!" Like that was like one of your reactions. I like put my phone down and I was like, "Oh."
You don't even want to see it. Look at it, yeah.
No, yeah, it was like for what, a foul ball? What are you doing with that?
Did you guys ever get a foul ball?
I did. I was so geeked. It took me like
you caught it yourself?
35 years. I didn't catch it.
Oh, I don't count.
Fucking right, it does. I had it like it rolled underneath. I got it.
Okay, yeah.
You know who's good at catching foul balls?
Who's that?
Paul Nipus.
Dude, I didn't know that. I was about to say, yo.
Dude, he snagged one off of these two dudes. They were so mad, caught it barehanded, everything.
Really?
Dude, it was so high in the air, I moved. Yeah. I thought it was gonna hit me.
Yogi's a good baseball player.
I mean, catching a 100-foot ball hitting the air with your bare hands is pretty good.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
How old were the
I'm not committing to that.
We were probably 30. They were probably 42 or something.
Oh, okay, good. It wasn't like 12.
Did Yo get on like TV catching that ball?
No, I mean he might have Ferris Buellered it and just stuck it up a little bit.
No.
He didn't become famous now.
They fired that chick from Bud Light.
Is she fired?
She's fired. They took a leave of absence. So
almost fired.
She tanked.
She's going to be in the history book.
She's not going to be able to get a job anywhere.
I wouldn't hire her.
What was your last gig?
Now they're pulling out the other dude who had like something to do with the decision too. Dude, you figure the Budweiser's coming down like whoever's idea.
Who was in that room?
Yeah, who was in the room?
Who was in the room? Whose idea was it? Who okayed it?
Yeah.
We're firing everybody. I would make it like public. Like, hey guys, we fired all these people. Like,
if I'm Bud Light, the only thing maybe you do now is like sell all your cases of beer for like what percentage could they sell it for cheaper to put them back in the game?
I think you just got to wrap every can in like American flag or some shit like that.
With an eagle.
Yeah.
Dude, I think you got to give people I think you got to make, because people are cheap.
Yeah, people are cheap. If you go $3 or $4 under Miller Lite,
right,
they'll start creeping.
I'd say you hit them with
$5.
That's the Miller Lite on a 30-pack.
Yeah,
and dudes are back in the Bud Light game.
I'll drink this gay beer.
Yeah,
I mean $5.
Yeah. And 20% of all proceeds go to wounded war veterans. You know what I mean?
Something.
Yeah.
We had a zoo in Knoxville dressed up a pit bull as a lion. You see that picture?
To try to pass it off.
Pass it off as a lion.
That's great.
Kind of looked like a lion a little bit.
Little bit.
They just had a big brown pit bull, and they put a little Halloween lion mask on him or whatever with the little hair and everything. And
how long did it pass for? Did somebody like notice immediately, or was this pit bull working it for like a couple weeks?
I don't know. I just seen a tweet like that ain't no motherfucking lion.
Well, the tail had a bush on it.
They really went for it.
Yeah.
It kind of looked like a lion.
It did. The tail kind of sold it.
If in the zoo they have the enclosures, if it was up on some rocks kind of far away, that lion's just showing up there.
Assholes always are at.
Yeah, dude, the lions don't like to put on a show.
Until the lions start barking.
Right. Yeah, I wonder how'd they keep that lion from barking?
I don't know.
Man, that lion barks. That's weird.
Is this a new hybrid?
School bus driver intentionally slams on brakes to teach the kids on the bus a lesson. Guess they were being too loud. Kids probably looked like they were 6 to 7, pretty young. And the bus driver was flying, hit the brakes. The kids went flying face first in the back of the back of the seat.
Slam those brakes.
I don't hate it. They're a little young.
You know how many times it's probably happened in the history of school bus drivers?
Every bus driver in the world has done that. I think they were probably just a little too blatant with it. You could catch kids slipping, but
dude, people are losing their cool, man.
People are losing their cool.
He got fired, right? I think.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you, social media wise, he got a ton of positive feedback, which I thought he was going to get crushed. And I was looking at I was reading, there was a lot of comments when I was a kid, or you can't do nothing these days. I'm like, they were pretty fucking little.
They were little.
When we were kids, school bus drivers were a little more loose.
Yeah, ours
we
was
tortured
drunk.
them. Yeah.
Some were drunk.
Ours was drunk.
It's hard to find good
ours
school
was
bus
so
drivers.
drunk to the point where how it's bus drivers would go back to the garage in between pickups. Our bus driver would just so every bus would go to wherever buses go in between the time you're in school. Not our bus driver. He would sit at the side of Alderdice, parked from the time he dropped us off till the time he was picking us up. And I think he just drank. We called him Weird Al.
Yeah.
It was he was quite the character, dude.
We used to, and a weird thing about our buses, so it went through it didn't go through Greenfield, but there was a part where it would drop you off down the run. And I remember a lot of people, because I lived right at this breaking point where Bigelow Street and Hazelwood Avenue was at. We would jump off the back of the bus.
Yeah, you had to.
The bus would be moving a little bit. Someone would open the fire escape and just jump out the fucking bus. It happened all the time, and he was like, "You're never back on the bus." And literally, you do it the next day.
Yeah, because he was drunk. He didn't remember.
He didn't remember.
Yeah. No, Weird Al was definitely drunk. Rachel McAdams does a photo shoot. She got some hairy armpits now.
Oh,
yeah, I used to think Rachel McAdams
she's hot.
Yeah, that's gross.
I can't handle that.
I can't get behind the hairy pits.
Never.
You want to be gay, straight, trans, whatever. Got to shave your pits.
Yeah,
it's gross.
Got to shave your
bacteria.
pits. Yeah. Well, bacteria.
A lot of bacteria with that hair. That hair holds a lot of bacteria.
Oh, you have hairy pits.
I trim them up.
I trim mine too, but we have.
I don't shave it bald because
no.
I guess that wouldn't be that much weirder than trimming it, but
got to keep it clean though.
I don't have an afro coming out of my armpits. Yeah. What's hers look like?
It was enough hair.
Little froey?
Yeah.
I feel like you sweat more too when it's not trimmed.
Nah, I sweat. Well, my pit sweat. It's come trimmed, full Botox, untrimmed. It's just
even Botox.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I hope this is a trend that stops.
Yeah, me too.
What is she? Was there a reason she?
I don't know. It was some magazine I never heard of before.
I finally seen the thing Sciulli was talking about, that commercial with the girl with the mustache.
Yeah.
I still don't know what he's talking about.
She's a girl with a mustache ordered something from Amazon.
Piss Sciulli off.
Piss Sciulli off.
That's
what I said. She must be Italian.
Brother in arms, Mike Tyson said he caught Brad Pitt banging Robin Givens back in the day. Brad Pitt begged him not to strike him. He just kept saying, "Don't strike me, don't strike me." So Tyson and Givens were divorced, but Tyson said he was still smashing Givens, every once in a while. Blah, blah, blah. Said he wasn't really getting a call to come and smash anymore. Thought something was up. Goes, checks it out. Brad Pitt's over there smashing. Now, Brad Pitt's saying that's not true at all. Tyson did catch him over there, but it was like him pulling out of the driveway. Tyson wrote a book saying Brad Pitt caught him actually banging. But if Brad's over there, Brad's smashing.
I believe Mike Tyson 100%.
Yeah.
Why would Mike Tyson make that up?
No, he wouldn't.
I mean, Brad Pitt probably is thinking.
Brad Pitt's not a kiss. Brad Pitt's not a kiss and tell.
It doesn't make you look like a pussy either to tell Mike Tyson, "Please don't hit me. Please don't hit me."
Yeah. It's very ballsy of Brad Pitt. One,
yeah.
But two, Are you getting mad if Brad Pitt smashed your lady, or are you kind of like, huh, look at that.
Brad Pitt broken up. Yeah.
Brad Pitt's banging my lady.
It's better than, like, Doug down the street.
Yeah.
If you're broke,
right.
yeah, that's a better Are you saying if you broke up?
No. Like, say, like, you go home later and, like, Brad Pitt's smashing your lady.
I wouldn't be, like, cool with that.
You'd be mad?
Yeah.
Would party, you'd be like, oh, shit, Brad Pitt. Huh?
If he'd be like willing to like retweet Greenfield's Finest podcast, I'd probably let it go.
That seems fair.
I'm saying if you're in Tyson's situation where they were like broken up and you're like, man, I know something's going on, and then you're like, oh man, she's hooking up with Brad Pitt now, like, yeah.
Yeah, that'll get you sick to your stomach.
It ain't great, but like you said, like at least it's like
a little flattery
it's a
though,
level
at the same
up.
time.
Yeah. Like I fucked the same girl as Brad Pitt.
Yeah.
Right.
Call Brad Pitt's ex.
Cops bust and arrest a dad for piercing his son's ears without having a license. I guess you need some type of piercing license to
Who called the cops for that?
I don't know.
They were streaming it, I
that's
think.
what I was about to say. I think they were streaming it, and somebody was like, hey, I guarantee Chuck, who works down the railroad yard, doesn't have a piercing gun license, so let's call the cops on him. And the cops
Where's
came,
this at?
and the cops, I couldn't tell.
I think it was Wichita.
And they had a little twang to their voice. But the cops came, and the cops like arrested him. They took him, so they booked him for something.
They busted
like child
him, too.
endangerment or some shit.
How old was
it
the
was
kid?
his dad.
I know that.
Yeah. I mean, that was.
I mean, you don't need to be right. It only could be a license, or like you know how many
Like
people.
cosmetology.
Have you seen people?
There's people in the mall.
I remember a couple girls would do it with like a needle and like an orange.
Yeah,
or
I've seen
shit.
plenty. I've seen plenty of girls that aren't qualified to do a lot of things. Pierce the ear, okay.
Yeah, if you're gonna shut it down as cops and not pull people over, that's just not busting somebody's door.
Yeah,
over
it's a weird move. It's also a weird move to like pierce his son and like live stream it. So.
Yeah.
I'm sure people live stream a whole lot.
Yeah.
Goofy shit.
Dude, I saw this the other day. So Allen Iverson signed a deal with Reebok back in the day. Remember those Iversons? They were 6 shoes. So he ended up signing he signed for a modest deal at first, and then he blew up, and Reebok gave him a lifetime contract for another I think it was like $20 million. It was nothing crazy, but his deal was whatever that first fee was, and then $800,000 a year for the rest of his life from Reebok, and then when he turns 55, he gets a $32 million check from Reebok.
Oh wow!
I don't know if this is true, but I love when I hear stories like this, like when dudes are smart enough to I'll take my loot on the back end. I got enough money now.
Like Bobby Bonilla.
Yeah. This is the first I've ever heard of this Iverson deal, but that's $800,000 a year.
Iverson seems like he needed it.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Wasn't he in money trouble for a minute?
Yeah. Iverson was in trouble.
So that you can't make $800,000 a year and be in trouble.
I think Iverson might have blew through every dime of like $250 million.
He was spending like Tyson money.
Yeah,
he was
he
like
was gambling,
major
lunatic.
But he had a major entourage. Like people were picking his, taking advantage of him.
Yeah.
So I mean, but if you're making $800, I don't know if this is true. But this is
We're gonna
easy
need
for
this
us
verified.
to say, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess you don't know what someone's nut is. $800,000 a year might not be a lot of shit.
Well, once you lose it all, then you're like, guys, I got shit left. Little do they know I'm about to get this $800 a year.
Yeah, $800 a year. They got $32 million coming when I'm 55.
Once they think all the money's gone, they'll leave you
They're
alone.
gone.
The thing is that the $800 a year is like I'd be like, that's fucking awesome. But if you're used to having a ton of money, that $800 a year ain't gonna be able to maintain that lifestyle.
Well, he already lost his lifestyle. Remember, he was like,
yeah, that's
he
what
was
I thought
down
when
and
I see.
out.
That's what I remember. I remember that.
He
When I
wasn't
saw
looking.
this,
Yeah.
I'm like, how down and out could he have been to making $800 a year?
He was like doing some shit for like, why is Allen Iverson doing this?
Dude, cameos.
Playing in the Big Three.
Right.
I don't know if he really played in the Big Three, but that'd be funny. Nate Diaz gets in a fight. It looked like it was on Bourbon Street. Puts a guy to sleep so fast it was crazy. So Diaz grips this dude up. Literally, the kid he was like wrestling was like tall. He was like his size. He grabbed him so like nonchalant and like so like clean. Just put him in this little sleeper. Gives him a little like tug. The dude's completely out, and he just lays him on the ground and keeps walking. Diaz got a warrant for his arrest now. But it seemed like the kid was the full aggressor, drunk asshole,
Dude.
and like he could have, him putting him to sleep is like almost giving him a pass
100%.
at that point.
Yeah.
He could have fucking
broke his
every
face,
face.
and
every bone in his
concussed him.
fucking face.
I never been put to sleep. I mean, how do you feel after? You just wake up like, oh.
Yeah, I can't recall, like, I never played that knockout game when we were little or anything like that. Like, I was always scared. Like, I'm good on that.
I played it, and, like, I'll compare it to this. It's like, this is crazy. I've had a seizure before, and, like, when you come out of it, like, you don't know where you're at. You don't know your name. It takes us a couple seconds to, like, be like, oh, my God, and you, like, figure out what happened. It's the same thing with the knockout. Like, you're like, you'll see your friends around you. I only did it the once, but like your friends are around you, you're like, dude, you all right? You're all right. And you're like, oh, you don't remember what happened. And like after like 5 minutes, you're like, oh, you start to come to. So it's scary.
Yeah. Yeah, he definitely probably didn't remember that it was Nate Diaz that fucking choked him out, and then he was going viral the next day like, oh, shit, that's me. Cash in on it a little bit.
Yeah, you got to
now.
watch who you fuck with these days. These MMA guys. Jeez.
Yeah. Yeah, and you gotta look at someone's ears. They got fucked up ears. Leave them alone.
That cauliflower,
yeah.
Princess Diana, Kate Middleton, and Meghan Markle are the top celebrity selling sex dolls. England just loves sex dolls? What's going on here?
I don't. That was a weird top 3 to me because, I mean, Princess Di is clearly the age group of dudes that are like going after that is 55 to 7.
They make these dolls?
Yeah.
Would you have to sign off like, yeah, you can't have my...
It's a likeness.
It's a likeness, John.
It's a doll.
Right.
It's a big sex doll.
It's a sex doll. You fuck it.
I understand that, but it looks exactly like this person.
Pretty damn fucking close.
If you had to pick one out of these 3, who are you picking?
Meghan Markle.
I'm Princess Di all day long.
Are you?
Yeah.
Well, then I'll take Kate.
Pined on Princess Di?
Yeah. Yeah, that could... Well, yeah.
Where are you going? Like, I'm
going to
fuck
Princess
my Princess Diana doll.
And there's some dude that's doing that tonight.
Like, it seems like all of England's doing it.
The best was the TV show where I seen where the dudes had relationships with the dolls, and they would like come home from work, and the doll would be set up at the kitchen table already.
You didn't cook dinner
with the plate. Like there was a plate out for the doll. Now the dude didn't make the doll like a plate like to eat, but she was sitting there, and he was like talking with her. And he would go to work, and he had pictures of them together, and like show his friends, like, yeah. Like, he's like, yeah, I always show off my girl, and like the people at work were like, yeah. Like, what the fuck do you say if someone's like, hey, you want to see a picture of my lady, and it's a doll?
You want to fuck a doll, you keep that to yourself.
Yeah.
Maybe you get on a podcast, you could tell your friends, but like, that's not true. If one of us had a sex doll, I think we'd probably let it fly on here.
Yeah.
You'd have to.
Yeah, to.
I just still can't believe, like, yeah.
Well,
I guess you don't have to get a license.
The Meghan Markle one, I think, by far looked the least like Meghan Markle.
So you've seen these things?
It was the thing Jack sent me. They had the pictures of
it. It was hot, John. You'd be into
send it to me.
You would like it.
You should have sent it.
What was the comedian that they made? That was the first.
Whitney Cummings has one.
Yeah,
she had like a whole bit, like where she brought it on stage and everything.
And like she's pretty hot, you know what I mean? I'm sure she's
fuck that sex doll.
Big tits.
Yeah.
You have to be, yeah.
Speaking of someone I wouldn't fuck, a fat influencer wants free seats on her airplane because she doesn't fit. She doesn't like anything about the airplane, says everything's too small.
Mm-hmm.
Ma'am, it's an airplane. How big do you want this to be?
Right.
Maybe
they should comp her extra seats.
Yeah, she wants a free seat. She said the bathrooms are too small. She said the seats in the airports are too small, which are like these size. They're not even small seats. Like maybe take a look in the mirror.
Are you fat shaming her?
Maybe take a look in the mirror. I mean, if you want to be like, listen, it is what it is. But like if you're gonna be a fat, you're gonna run into some fat problems.
Yeah.
You know, and you can't bitch about it. Like, dude, there's a reason they build things for like unfats. And if you know what I mean, and like if you're just gonna be like, if you're gonna and that's your thing, you're a fat influencer, and like you love being fat. Well, there's just certain things,
right?
You
like the
deal
airline,
with it.
like the airline isn't gonna make less money, because you're overweight,
because you're a fat.
Yeah, say fat, John.
I'm not gonna do it. I'm politically correct.
Oh, are you?
That'd be like me being short. Be like, I can't reach that.
Yeah,
like,
right. It's like the same thing. Well, you could change being a fat. You can't change being short.
Right. Thanks.
The most Northside shit I ever seen. This is on a Northside Facebook page or some shit. Someone puts a picture of the most disgusting pizza I've ever seen before in my life. Possibly a long shot. Does anybody want 3/4 of my gyro pizza from Pizza Forever? It's not what I was craving, so I'm probably going to toss the rest. Pick up in Deutschtown.
Yikes.
Dude, and it's
The
just a
comment's
it's a
crazy.
picture of just like a fucked up pizza.
Let me see it.
Anybody go get that thing?
Dude, I bet somebody did.
I bet you they did
and
too.
I bet they tried like all right, give me like $3 or $4 for it. You know what I mean? Like fucking make a couple bucks back on that fucked up pizza.
That looks like a lot of toppings on there too.
Yeah,
It kind of sounds like a good
gyro
drunk
pizza?
a good drunk
Yeah.
pizza. You know what I mean?
It ain't like what's the ranch steaker.
You gotta love the North Side, dude.
Yeah.
They're
I don't spend a lot of time up there.
Yeah.
That's your territory, Jack.
It's not my territory.
That's your territory, bud.
It's
There's different breed.
They are, man.
I mean, if you're giving away free pizza on a Facebook app, yeah, it's pretty nuts.
Pretty nuts. But that's the North Side. Hey, we love the North Side listeners.
Yeah,
Keep
we
on
love
listening.
them, man. It's just yeah.
All right, let's take a
Special
break.
kind of person.
All right, baby, we'll take a quick commercial break. Be right back. More Greenfield's Finest podcast. You might recognize my voice from Greenfield's Finest podcast, but you'd recognize my face more from Rosado and Sons Landscaper, where I've been an employee for over 5 years, where I work with owner-son John Rosado. If you're looking for quality landscaping, pressure washing, snow removal, and lawn maintenance, which includes fertilizer, grub control, weed killer, call 412-521-9045. This isn't some pop-up operation. They've been in business for over 80 years. So if you want good quality work, call Rosado & Sons Landscaping at 412-521-9045. Tell them Z-Bird sent you and get the special discount. Hey, what's going on, everybody? If you're having car problems right now, there's not really too many places to go that you can trust. One place you can is Meineke Car Care Center, located at 4103 Kennywood Boulevard, West Mifflin. They handle everything, not just oil changes, but brakes, maintenance, everything. So if you have car trouble and you need help, make sure you call Meineke Car Care Center, 4103 Kennywood Boulevard, West Mifflin. Phone number 412-451-8968, and ask for Arthur. Did you just get the bad news that your girlfriend's fucking your neighbor? Well, it sounds like a pretty shitty situation. I got just the answer. Miracle Movers. You need to move in a hurry? Call Miracle Movers, 412-419-2620. They're fully bonded and insured, and you're not taking any risk like you are with your whore girlfriend. So call Miracle Movers at 412-419-2620 and get out of that house before you catch any STDs. Did you just walk into your bathroom and take a giant shit and realize that your bathroom is a giant pile of shit? Well, I got the answer for you. Bath Factory and Window. You dream it, and they build it. Bath Factory and Window, 412-951-3939. From your bathroom to your windows, transform your home with Bathroom Factory and Window. You can also find them at bathfactoryandwindow.com. Hey, what's going on, folks? I don't know if you knew this, but the number one reason people get lawsuits against them when people come over their house is faulty steps, faulty sidewalks. What are you going to do about it? Your house is a walking booby trap. Well, you can call Giuseppe & Sons. Need your sidewalk and steps fixed or replaced? Call Giuseppe & Sons at 412-421-6711. And if you're looking for any masonry work in the Pittsburgh area, these are the guys you can trust. That's 412-421-6711. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Greenfield's Finest podcast. We're about to jump into what's grinding our gears. And the number one guy that gets his gears grinded, Angry Johnny. What's grinding them gears?
Well, besides Jack scaring the shit out of me in the hallway, hiding in the dark after I took a piss.
Oh, dude, it was such a good scare.
It was good. It was good. He got me. He got me good. But in lieu of Sciulli's anniversary, I have something about my wife. For some reason, every time I'm playing on my phone, she thinks I'm looking at like smut. But every time she's on her phone, it's like she's curing cancer. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's bullshit.
It is bullshit.
It's such a lie. Like, you're doing the same dumb dick shit I'm doing.
Yeah, we're
like,
looking at the same shit.
Yeah.
Right.
We're both on Instagram. We're both on fucking Facebook. We're dicking around on our phones.
Dicking around.
Let me dick around.
Right. Every time you're on the phone, you're doing checking emails. Like, bullshit.
Yeah.
Okay?
Checking email. How many emails do we got going on over there?
Yeah, right. They're all the same thing, yeah. I just don't get it.
No. that's one good thing. Like Leanie, like isn't really a TV person. She'll watch some shows and shit, but like she'll go. She loves TikTok, so she'll like she'll TikTok, and it's great because then like I go on my phone and we just chill and go on our phones, watch a show and just hang out. Yeah, she used to. You gotta let you need to have something, John. You should be able to go on your phone whenever you want, look whatever you want.
Right.
As long as like I agreed to like I won't like pics anymore, so I don't like any creepy pics, which seems like that's a good compromise.
Fair negotiation.
I'm just saying, I just don't, like.
And you didn't even do nothing. That's the thing. Like,
no, it's just like the assumption. But then I'm like, well, you're on your phone, but when you're on your phone, you're like.
Saving the world.
Looking up articles and saving the world. That's all.
Yeah. Zebra, what do you got?
So today at work, this guy came up to me and he approached me and he was like, hey, who's in charge? And I was like, that guy back there blowing the leaves. So he goes and chases down Rosado. Rosado, like, then he pulls Rosado and he wants, like, an estimate. And then, like, Rosado was ready to kill me.
On the spot estimate.
Yeah. And I'm
Dude,
like
drop what you're doing. Come walk through my yard while I'm like, I got like shit to do and like take down your name and information and walk around your yard and do like an elaborate estimate.
Yeah.
That I pretty much, I don't know how, I did it.
Right.
It's either going to be too high or I didn't have a lot of time to think about it.
Usually if someone will come by, they'll be like, hey, want to get a quote on the yard? Like, if we don't have a business card, we'll just take the top of one of the pieces of paper. Here you go, call the office. I didn't know what this dude was up to. He definitely,
You thought he was shifty?
Yeah, he was shifty, and then it caused tension for me and John. He hated me for 8 minutes. I told him, I was like, I'm sorry. I know that fucking that sucks. Because, like, you're trying to work, and this dude's driving you nuts. I would have never threw you to him.
That's an asshole coming to like demand an estimate. Like, give me a
Dude,
bid right now.
It wasn't like an asshole about it. He was like, "Hey, you do this yard, would you do mine?" And I'm like, I'm just like,
what do you think is a good time frame when you ask somebody for a bid for them to get back to you?
Within a couple days.
Yeah.
At least to call you. Well, what do you mean? Like, if you call for a bid, at least to set up an appointment within a few days.
I'm saying, like, all right, they came down, they looked what they need to look at. Like, hey, I'm going to get a bid to you. I think a week.
Depending on what type of work you're talking about. Something very complicated. There's a lot of labor. There's a lot of material.
Not that complicated. I feel like a week, no matter what it is, as long as you're not,
right.
Hey, give me a bid to build Heinz Field. Like, I understand that, but like,
right.
Some HVAC, some shit like that. It's just like, man, I'm dealing with all these people, and they're like, oh yeah, we'll do it. Then you get down, they get down, they're like, yeah, this is no problem, and like. They just don't get back to you with the fucking bid, and it's just like I can't move forward until I have a price.
Yeah, and that's I'll tell you what, you're not the only person that like I've heard that from. I've heard from a lot of people recently that have been like trying to get shit done and they can't get a bid. That's why you should use the sponsors of Greenfield's Finest Podcast. They're always quick to get back with a bid.
I got a bid for a fence. I met with the guy. He measured it up. He got it to me within, I'd say, 2 days.
That's very reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm waiting on a few bids right now, and it's just like, how am I? If you got me waiting forever, and it's like, all right, now you got a good price, but like, when are you gonna show up now? It took you 3 weeks to get me a fucking bid.
Plus, they tie you up too because you're waiting for that bid. And then if they come back with an outrageous bid, you wasted 3 weeks where you could have been having someone else take a gander at it.
I call everybody come take a gander, and then I play them against each other.
Yeah, I like that move.
Absolutely.
Good for you.
I got a gear grinder. I drink White Monsters like during the week.
You
so
sicko.
Like, I probably have like 3 a week, which is like, I don't feel like that's a lot, but I also feel like as a 40-year-old, I surely shouldn't be drinking Monsters, and I feel like they're kind of white trash. But those white ones are delicious, man, and they get you to where you need to be, especially on a night like tonight. It's like 4:30, coming down from the day. Go to aerobics before here, then we got the podcast. A nice White Monster,
nice little treat.
Yeah, get you up a little bit. But every time I buy one, it's almost like I'm like ashamed of myself because I know I shouldn't be.
Yeah, like,
and it's not just the Monsters. It's like energy drinks. in general.
Sometimes
I get those Celsiuses because they're like promoted as like healthy energy drinks, but they're just as garbage as Monsters.
Yeah, I heard they're garbage.
Yeah.
But I get like a Red Bull, and you're like, you know what, I'm getting it, and I don't feel like bad about it until I finish drinking it, and my body's like, what are you doing?
What
dude?
is this?
What is this
poison?
And I feel like shit.
I feel like
honestly, I don't even need the energy out of it most of the time. I just like the way it tastes.
The white Monster's so much better than the Red Bull. You should try it.
Yeah.
As I'm telling you, like,
Does it have any fizz in it?
Yeah, it's fizzy.
Is it?
Yeah, it's like a tasty Sprite.
Is that the zero sugar one?
Yeah.
I've had.
Well, see, the Red Bulls taste like to me like a fizzy sweet tart.
Yeah. I don't know. I just feel guilty when I'm drinking energy drinks as a 40-year-old. I know I shouldn't.
The thing I don't like about Monster is the size of the cans are all the same. The one thing about a Red Bull is like you can get the 8.4 ouncer, drink it, and you don't feel as bad.
That's probably the right amount.
When I drink a 12 ounce Red Bull, it like within 13 minutes, I feel like I was smoking crack, but I'm not high on crack. But now I'm just coming down. Like I feel like shit.
Yeah.
When a 12 ounce, like an 8.4. I wish Monsters would have like a.
I feel like they had the long skinny can for a minute, and like they totally went away for that because that's like I don't know how many. I think that's like 16 ounces or something.
Probably a lot of filler in there.
Yeah. Like what? Come on. We can really shrink this down a bit.
All killer.
Well,
no
you could
filler.
drink. Yeah. Like what about them 5 hour energies? Like you could drink them, but they're tiny. That's
I used
not
to
fun.
drink them. They work.
Do they?
Yeah.
Do they what? No, when you say they work, do they get you like hyper, or do they get you like that anxious?
Everything I'm talking about, I've used for like a pre-workout. So like,
it's not a good way to get your day started. You're saying it might.
No, I'm a coffee guy. I'll always be a coffee guy. I like the ritual of coffee.
Yeah,
you know,
like that first hot
sitting down. Yeah, I like coffee, but in the middle of the day, I'm not like gonna have a cup of Joe.
Even if I like drink too much coffee in the morning, like my whole tongue gets all dried out, and I'm just like, bleh.
Dude. So I drank like a cup and a half before I went to the dentist.
Ooh.
It was rough. Yeah, but they wear masks, thank God. But I'm sure I had crazy coffee breath in there.
I could drink. See,
you didn't clean it up if you went in there.
I did. I brushed my teeth real quick, but like, it's still I had like coffee on my tongue. You know.
Yeah.
See, I would probably about a year ago. I was drinking that Death Wish coffee in the morning, in the afternoon after work, and I'd hammer it at night. And
how did you sleep?
I barely, because I was like heard this thing from Sylvester Stallone saying you only need 6 hours of sleep. So I'd go to sleep at midnight because he was like saying he gets 2 hours extra a day of life, and I'm like, yeah, so I'm actually living longer than everyone else. So I'd go to sleep at midnight, get up at 6, go to work, and I just got strung out on Death Wish coffee. So my doctor specifically told me your blood pressure's up.
It was probably outrageous. I got a physical coming up in a few weeks. And I'm kind of like hoping like, hey man, you gotta cut back on the caffeine intake because I don't think I'll ever be able to like stop drinking coffee, nor would I want to. But like if I get doctor's orders,
you're gonna be a decaf guy.
No, I think I would in my older age. Yeah,
half calf. A lot of people do
half
calf.
My mom and grandmother are half calf. Even though their half calf still get you going.
Yeah. I wonder like
they like their nightly cup of coffee after dinner.
Night.
They like it in the morning, then at night.
After dinner.
They go fully leaded in the morning and then half calf at night.
I'm not sure about the morning.
Huh.
The best thing for like in the morning, it's just too much work, is like all the old Italian people had. I learned this is the Donardos, but that little silver pot,
that French press or
that
whatever
makes
it's called.
that espresso, and you get a cup of that
little, but that's just not enough.
I know, but like if you want to get going,
I know, but I like that espresso in the coffee.
Yeah, I like, dude, a nice Americano. That really gets you going.
2 shots in a blonde roast.
That's really what I should be drinking to like before I go work out. But like it's just a nice icy cold Monster on a hot day. But yeah, I feel like a piece of trash every time I buy it.
I picturing you holding that big ass can, you just don't come off as a monster guy.
No,
you're an aerobics guy and all this.
Yeah, like that. I don't BMX.
Yeah, you're not into fucking X Games.
Yeah. All right, let's take a break.
All right, buddy, we'll take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. More Greenfield's Finest Podcast. Hey, what's going on, everybody? It's Z-Bird from Greenfield's Finest Podcast. If you're worried about roofing, windows, siding, soffit, fascia, gutters, spouts, and need help with any of those, call Allen Construction, LLC. 412-954-8337. Whether it's a repair, replacement, they're equipped with the tools and the skills for over 65 years of experience. Remember, Allen Construction, 412-954-8337. And they're not on heroin. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Are you sick of your general contractor having sex with your wife? Well, I was too, and that's when I found out about Schaefer Inc. Schaefer Inc.'s primary goal is to deliver unbeatable quality for all your construction needs. They aim to firstly be a company principle-driven, and to achieve this, the importance is ethical business practices. That includes great work and not having sex with your wife. Please check out Schaefer Inc. for all your contracting needs. Give them a call at 412-915-1694. That's 412-915-1694. Hey, what's going on, everybody? I just drove by your house, and your wall looks like a giant piece of shit. Well, you know that's no good, because anybody can climb up your yard and bang your old lady. That's why you need to call Just Walls, 412-889-4401. Fully insured. And when someone pulls up to your house, make sure the first thing they see is your retaining wall, or the second thing they'll see is your wife's pussy. That's 412-889-4401. Just Walls. Hey, what's going on, everyone? I just drove by your house. You got a giant hole in the side. What's that for? So you can stick your dick in it and your old lady can suck it. You're better than that, man. Get that hole patched up. Why don't you call S&L Remodeling LLC? They do roofing, siding, gutters, downspout, soffit, fascia, and they'll fix that hole so your wife quits sucking everyone's dick. 412-628-9717. And tell them Z-Bird sent you. We're sick of seeing your wife sucking all that cock. Are you sick and tired of bullshit pizza? I knew I was. Thank God there's Capizzuto's Pizza on Greenfield Avenue. They've been in business for over 400 years, making some of Pittsburgh's finest pizza. 412-521-6570. Ask for Nubs and tell them Z-Bird sent you if you want the best pizza in the burg. Man, we've been getting some bad storms around here lately. Very bad. Tree actually fell through my roof. I didn't know what the hell I was going to do. Luckily, I found Greater Pittsburgh Tree Service at 412-415-7331. They have over 27 years of experience, competitive pricing, and it won't break your budget. Give them a call today for all your tree-related needs. Hey, what's going on, everybody? Welcome back to Greenfield's Finest Podcast. We're about to jump into What Would Greenfield Do?
What would Greenfield do?
Whoop, whoop.
So 7% of men think they could beat a grizzly bear. 23% of men think they could beat a king cobra. What would you guys rather face off against? A king cobra or a grizzly bear?
Can I get any weapons?
Nope, bare hands.
A king
Because if you get a weapon with a king cobra, you know, you get a sword or whatever, that's it.
Right. I guess the cobra, but I'm petrified of a cobra.
I don't like snakes at all.
Yeah.
I don't like snakes, and for some reason the cobra, when I was a kid, was like, I thought every snake was like a cobra.
Yeah. Dude, how do you kill a cobra snake? Like with your bare hands? How would you even go about that?
You'd almost, because they don't have necks. Yeah, like you'd have to
You have to jump on his head.
On its head.
That's the only way you could do it.
You're probably they're shifty.
Because you think you're behind them, and boom, they turn around.
They turn on you, and next thing you know, they're on your calf
But
muscle.
I'll tell you what, that's an easier death than a bear ripping your face off.
Is it easier?
A little venom.
I think it takes a while though, doesn't it? Or no, I think king cobras are actually really fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What were they saying that one day we were listening to the radio and they were talking about like a snake bite? You got 30 minutes to get to the hospital, but it literally takes like 1 to 2 days for the actual death. But I don't know if that was a king cobra.
Yeah, I don't think I think I know what you're talking about. I don't think it was a king cobra because I think when I looked into this, like king cobra is like it's like bam, it's pretty quick.
It's like fucking. Like,
I seen what was the one show I used to Rome on HBO? That's how Cleopatra killed herself with a snake. It just bit her on the boob. She was done in like a minute.
But a grizzly bear. You know, you're running the risk of that grizzly bear.
Grizzly bear rip your fucking head off. None of us in this room. I don't know if 4 of us could take him.
It would take so
bare hands?
4 of
us? With a bear?
It would be a longer.
No, Jack, not a chance.
It would be a longer death.
Dude, I'll get on that bear's back and just start choking him out.
How much does a grizzly bear weigh? Got to be 600 pounds.
More than that. A grizzly's like 850.
You get to his eyeballs.
Grizzlies. This ain't a brown. Maybe a brown bear.
Oh, fuck a brown bear.
Brown bear's different. That's a different
grizzly's
beast.
fucking us up. Sure. I'm just thinking like, so the grizzly kills you if you're not all the way dead. That motherfucker's what, eating you alive?
He's gonna eat you alive.
Yeah, you gotta take the snake.
You gotta take the snake.
Gotta take the snake all day. Would you rather be a giant hamster or a tiny rhino? So
A tiny
rhino.
I think being a tiny rhino, yeah.
What's a tiny rhino size though? Like a little
the size
dog?
of a hamster.
The size of a hamster?
Yeah.
I was thinking like a small dog.
Yeah, I was thinking a small dog too.
Okay, that'd be cool.
How big of a hamster are we saying? Like a Jack-sized hamster?
Yeah, like a me-sized hamster.
I might take the hamster.
Yeah, dude, being a big-ass hamster would be funny as fuck.
What about them commercials them hamsters were in forever? What was them commercials? What?
Yeah.
The one had like a hat on sideways. He seemed cool.
Pretend like you're a furry.
Yeah, dude, you could get so much pussy.
You'd have a giant hamster dick.
Yeah, you'd be the best furry.
Dude, they would
just go to all the conventions.
Yeah, and he's like, would I be able to talk?
Yeah. No. Would you?
Well, you know what? Stay in character then.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, you literally could fuck every girl at the furry convention if you're a giant hamster.
What kind of dick do you think a giant hamster would have?
It would be. You'd have to magnify it by 1,000. So if he had a little baby dick, it'd at least be like a regular dick.
It's a 6-foot hamster. I mean,
yeah, he'd probably got a nice 7-inch cock with hamster nuts.
Yeah.
So the hamster cock's just up. Can you walk upright though, or do you have to be on all fours?
You can walk upright.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because it wouldn't be that
That's
cool
how
if you were
I see
walking
it.
around. Yeah, that's how I see it too.
Because you could drive and stuff and do regular stuff. You just can't talk.
Right. Do hamster, but like, would you have to like drink out of like the hamster? Like,
yeah.
And get
that
on
big
like
old
the
thing?
wheel.
Yeah.
Like, would you have like a wheel
Poop
at your
in that little hay?
Yeah, that'd be. And you were just on
Your
a
big
fucking
old turds in that fucking hay.
running through them tubes.
Yeah, like a little plastic.
Laney would have to come clean up my giant hamster turds.
Like a shovel.
Yeah.
Lady'd be like, Jack's stuck in the tunnel again. You'd be in the tube. Like,
Dude, my sister had a hamster, and those tube cities they used to have. This hamster, like, hated life so much that it like took all like the shit you put on like the bottom, whatever that those wood chips were, or whatever they were.
yeah.
And it took it up to the top of Tube City, and it would pack it with that, so like there was no air, and it would suffocate itself.
Try to kill
itself. And we'd have to like open up the top and get him out of there. It was like Harry the hamster, and like, dude, like somebody.
Did you get him a friend?
Somebody wasn't home one day, and Harry like was just playing work. He
died.
Yeah, he was mean as
Dude,
fuck. Dude,
my uncle had hamsters, and like they kept reproducing,
and
it got to the point where then they started killing each other.
Hamsters are kind of mean.
Yeah, well,
Wait, you're saying they're like cannibals?
Yeah, they killed each other.
Wait, they would eat them?
There'd be like hamster heads.
Wait, so they'd eat the body, just leave the head?
Dude, it's ruthless.
I didn't know they were that
hamster
fucking crazy.
And then my grandfather made them take them to the woods and dump them all out.
Yeah, I think Harry the hamster's still buried in the backyard of my parents. We could dig that fat fucker up if we
Find
wanted.
his little skeleton.
Little pet cemetery.
I'll tell you, that hamster had the world by the balls, man. We took it at a sweet ass like Tube City.
You should have got
water, a wheel. I think like the lady at the store told us not to because they turn on each other.
We'll get you males. Get a bud.
Yeah.
My uncle's problem
Get
was
a Bud Light
there was a male and female. Next, you know,
Couple gay-
there's 30 of these fuckers.
Yeah, you need a couple gay hamsters.
Yeah.
With like some techno music.
gay
they would
buds.
love
They
it.
love life.
Yeah, little Bud Light in the thing.
I wonder if kids still get hamsters. I haven't seen a kid. I haven't heard of
Like
a kid
guinea
having a
pigs.
hamster.
I don't want one of them things.
I remember a kid when we were at St. Joseph's made the mistake of telling us all we had a gerbil, and it was like we were like in the 6th or 7th grade.
Shove that thing right in his ass.
And that's what we said. We like,
Ooh,
dude.
Yeah.
It was brutal for about 2 years.
Yeah, I mean, we're talking about it now.
Yeah, because kids.
Do you remember this kid's name?
Yeah, I'm not gonna.
He's
say
probably listening. He's like, motherfucker. I knew this would finally come
super
out.
nice guy, super successful in life, killing it in life. Really liked the guy, good family. No, but like we were just assholes.
Just like the gerbil in his butt. You can be a nice guy. And just
Everybody got
something. Exactly. Little gerbil and the bee. All right, Zebra, let's wrap this up.
All right, everybody. Thanks so much for tuning in this week. I also appreciate everyone that came out to all the comedy shows this weekend. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button. Help us get to our 2,000 subscribers. And also, please, 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 if you can, sign up for our Patreon. We'll be posting exclusive content only to Patreon. Everyone, have a great week. And remember, folks, Greenfield loves you. We're out.